Nutrition myths versus facts. The science your diet needs. You're cutting carbs, buying fat-free, doing a detox cleanse. You're eating 6 times a day and skipping breakfast to reset your metabolism. You're working hard, and you've been lied to. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to dismantle 8 of the most stubborn nutrition myths costing you your health, your money, and your results. Section 1. Why nutrition myths exist. Before the myths, a question worth sitting with. Why do nutrition myths spread faster than nutrition facts? Because facts are complicated and myths are profitable. The global diet industry is worth over $250 billion, and it survives on confusion. Every new superfood, every banned food group, every revolutionary cleanse is a product waiting to be sold to someone who doesn't know what the evidence actually says. A 2025 review published in Clinical Nutrition ESPN, examining scientific literature and public health guidelines across 7 major nutritional myths, concluded that the persistence of nutritional misinformation has a substantial impact on public misunderstanding and poses genuine health risks. The antidote is not another diet. It is science literacy, and that starts right now. Quick question before we go further: how many of these myths do you currently believe? Keep count. Drop your number in the comments at the end. Myth number 1. Carbs make you fat. Possibly the most widespread and damaging nutrition myth of the last 30 years. The myth: carbohydrates cause fat gain and should be eliminated or severely restricted. The science: weight gain happens when we consume more calories than we burn, whether they come from carbs, protein, or fat. Carbohydrates are not uniquely fattening. A 2024 meta-analysis confirmed that when protein and calories are equated, low-carb diets result in statistically similar fat loss to high-carb diets. Here is what is actually happening when people lose weight on low-carb diets. They eliminate the most calorie-dense, most hyperpalatable, most overconsumed foods in the modern diet: cookies, white bread, chips, sugary drinks. Of course, weight drops, but the carbohydrate isn't the problem. The caloric surplus was. Choosing high-fiber carbohydrates, whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, while limiting added sugars is linked to positive health effects, including lowering the risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. The fact: refined carbs in excess cause problems. Complex carbohydrates are your brain's and muscles' primary fuel. Eliminating them entirely means eliminating fiber, B vitamins, and your most efficient energy source. The real question isn't, are you eating carbs? It's, which carbs, and how much overall? Myth number 2, fat-free means healthy. The myth: if a food is labeled fat-free or low-fat, it is automatically the healthier choice. The science: many products labeled low-fat or fat-free contain added sugar or sodium to help make up for the loss of flavor when removing or reducing fat. In addition, fat helps with satiety, making you feel fuller longer. Choosing a fat-free product to reduce calories can backfire, as you may find yourself snacking soon after. Fat-free salad dressings may actually lack the healthy fats needed to absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K from vegetables. So you eat a fat-free salad dressing and absorb significantly less of the vitamins in the salad beneath it. You've made the meal actively less nutritious while feeling virtuous about the label. Low-fat, or fat-free, labels do not guarantee a healthier choice. Always check sugar and salt on the nutrition label. The fact: healthy fats, olive oil, avocado, nuts, fatty fish, are essential for hormone production, brain function, and vitamin absorption. Fat is not the enemy. Ultra-processed fat-free products often are. Myth number 3, detox diets cleanse your body. The myth: juice cleanses, detox teas, and 3-day detox protocols remove toxins from your body and reset your system. The science: the liver and kidneys already perform continuous detoxification through well-understood biochemical pathways that process waste and drug metabolites. No credible evidence shows that short-term detox regimens enhance these organ functions in healthy people. Detox plans often restrict calories and certain food groups, which can cause temporary weight loss but may also lead to nutrient deficiencies if sustained. Some products contain laxatives or diuretics that alter fluid balance without removing fat-stored contaminants. A detox diet might make you feel better, but that's usually because of the increased whole food intake, not because any form of detoxification is taking place. You feel better on a juice cleanse because you stopped eating ultra-processed food for 3 days. Not because the juice is removing toxins. The juice is expensive. The result is the vegetables. The fact: your liver and kidneys are the most sophisticated detoxification system ever designed. Support them with hydration, fiber, adequate protein, and reduced alcohol, not a $90 juice subscription. Myth number 4, breakfast is the most important meal. The myth: skipping breakfast slows your metabolism, causes weight gain, and is nutritionally dangerous. Here is something worth knowing. The phrase, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, was popularized by cereal manufacturers in the early 20th century as a marketing strategy. This is where the fact was born. The science. Research shows that skipping meals can lead to weight gain in some cases. When you skip meals, your body's metabolism slows down to conserve energy, and you are more likely to overeat at your next meal. But, and this is critical, this applies to habitual, chaotic meal skipping, not to structured intermittent fasting or deliberate morning fasting. The evidence shows that, given an equal amount of daily calories, the number of meals makes no difference in fat loss. If you are genuinely hungry in the morning and breakfast helps you make better food decisions throughout the day, eat it. If you are not hungry, and breakfast triggers overconsumption, skip it. Total daily caloric intake and food quality are what matter, not the clock. The fact: breakfast is the most important meal of the day, for cereal companies. For your metabolism, total caloric intake and food quality across the day determine outcomes far more than timing. Myth number 5. Eating after 8 p.m. causes weight gain. The myth: eating at night causes automatic fat storage regardless of what or how much you eat. The science: your body does not have a fat storage switch that activates at 8 p.m. Weight gain is a function of total caloric surplus over time, not the specific hour food is consumed. Many people believe that carbs eaten at night are automatically stored as fat. When you eat carbs, your body breaks them down into glucose, which is transported into cells with the help of insulin. Insulin's job isn't just to store fat, it's a vital hormone that shuttles glucose to muscles and liver for energy. There is a nuanced caveat. Circadian biology research does show that insulin sensitivity is lower in the evening than in the morning, meaning the same meal produces a slightly higher glucose response at 10 p.m. than at 10 a.m. This matters for people managing diabetes or metabolic conditions. But for the general population, the reason late-night eating correlates with weight gain is behavioral, not metabolic. You eat more. You eat worse food. You eat while distracted. The time is not the problem. The fact: total daily calories determine weight change. The evening metabolic nuance is real but modest, and irrelevant if you are not in a caloric surplus. Myth number 6. All calories are equal. The myth: a calorie is a calorie. 200 calories of sugar and 200 calories of vegetables affect your body the same way. The science: calories measure energy. But food is not only energy, it is hormonal signal, micronutrient delivery, gut microbiome substrate, and satiety architecture. 200 calories of ultra-processed sugar spikes glucose rapidly, produces an insulin response, drives a rebound hunger signal within 60 to 90 minutes, delivers no fiber, minimal micronutrients, and stimulates reward pathways in ways that promote overconsumption. 200 calories of vegetables and protein, absorbs slowly, produces a modest insulin response, stimulates PYY and GLP-1 satiety hormones that suppress appetite for 3 to 4 hours, delivers fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and does not trigger reward-driven overconsumption. Same calories, completely different physiological outcomes. The fact: calories matter, caloric balance is real and non-negotiable for weight management. But the type of food producing those calories determines your hunger, your hormonal environment, your nutrient status, and your long-term metabolic health. Count quality first. The quantity often takes care of itself. Myth number 7. Egg yolks are dangerous for your heart. The myth: egg yolks raise cholesterol and cause heart disease. Eat only egg whites. The science: this myth originated from the flawed dietary fat hypothesis of the 1960s and 1970s, which has since been substantially revised. Eggs provide quality protein and nutrients. Concerns about cholesterol are mostly overstated, and healthy adults can enjoy 1 to 2 eggs per day without raising cholesterol. Here is the biochemistry. Dietary cholesterol from eggs has minimal effect on blood LDL cholesterol in most people because the liver downregulates its own cholesterol production in response to dietary intake, a compensatory mechanism called cholesterol homeostasis. What raises cardiovascular risk is saturated and trans fat intake, not dietary cholesterol in isolation. Egg yolks contain choline, essential for brain function and liver health. Lutein and zeaxanthin, protective against macular degeneration. Vitamin D, vitamin B12, healthy unsaturated fats. You are throwing away the most nutrient-dense part of the egg based on 50-year-old science. The fact, for most healthy adults, whole eggs are one of the most nutrient-dense, affordable, complete foods available. The yolk is not the villain, saturated fat excess is. Myth number 8, supplements can replace a poor diet. The myth, if you take the right supplements, your diet quality doesn't matter. The science, the supplement industry generates over $150 billion annually, and the single most effective marketing message it has ever produced is that you can purchase your way out of a poor diet. You cannot. Nutrients in whole food exist in a synergistic matrix: fiber, polyphenols, cofactors, and anti-inflammatory compounds that work together in ways that isolated supplements cannot replicate. Beta-carotene from a capsule does not behave the same as beta-carotene from a carrot accompanied by dietary fat, fiber, and co-occurring phytochemicals. Multiple large randomized controlled trials, including the SELECT trial on vitamin E and selenium, and the ATBC trial on beta-carotene, showed that isolated antioxidant supplements not only failed to produce the protective effects seen with food-based intake but in some cases increased cancer risk in specific populations. There are legitimate uses for targeted supplementation: vitamin D in deficient populations, folate in pregnancy, B12 for those avoiding animal products, iron for documented deficiency. These are medical interventions, not dietary replacements. The fact, supplements supplement a good diet. They cannot replace one. Food first, always. Section 2. What actually works? The science-backed foundation. After 8 myths dismantled, here is what the evidence, consistently, across decades and populations, actually supports. Eat mostly whole, minimally processed foods. Vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, lean protein, and healthy fats. This single principle, consistently applied, explains the bulk of the health benefits attributed to every named diet from Mediterranean to traditional Japanese. Prioritize protein at every meal. It is the most satiating macronutrient, has the highest thermic effect, meaning your body burns more calories digesting it, and is essential for preserving muscle mass during any form of caloric restriction. Make fiber non-negotiable. Most people consume half the recommended daily fiber intake. Fiber feeds your gut microbiome, slows glucose absorption, reduces LDL cholesterol, and generates the satiety hormones that naturally regulate appetite without calorie counting. Hydrate adequately. Coffee, tea, milk, and juices all count toward hydration, and the old claim that caffeinated beverages dehydrate has been debunked. Be consistent, not perfect. The diet that works is the one you sustain. The most nutritionally optimal diet abandoned after 3 weeks produces worse long-term outcomes than a moderately good diet followed for years. Adherence is the most important variable in any nutritional intervention. Here's your engagement question. Which myth shocked you the most? The breakfast one? The fat-free one? The eggs? Let me know below. I read every comment. A message of clarity. Nutrition does not have to be complicated. The industry makes it complicated because complexity is profitable. The science is actually remarkably consistent. Eat real food, mostly plants, adequate protein, enough fiber, and don't consume significantly more calories than you burn. That's it. Every myth we dismantled today was built on either outdated science, a conflict of interest, or a misunderstanding of nuance. None of them require a product. None of them require perfection. What they require is knowing the difference between a study and an ad. Between a trend and evidence. Between what sounds good and what the data actually says. Now you know the difference. If this cleared up even one myth you've been living by, like this video, it helps more people find the science instead of the noise. Subscribe. We break down nutrition, health, and the human body every week with evidence, not trends. Comment. Tell me, which myth surprised you most, and which one are you guilty of believing? Your answer might help someone else in the comments. Share this with someone who needs it. A friend who just bought a $70 detox kit, a family member avoiding every carb, someone who genuinely believes fat-free cookies are health food. This is information that changes behavior. Behavior changes health. Health changes lives. See you in the next one.